again everyone, hope you've all been having a marvellous week. Now this week's recipe is going to be how to make a sticky sponge cake with a ginger twist, okay? And this is an amazing dessert or pudding to have, I think, all year round. Got a few different ingredients. I've got some ground ginger, a bit of vanilla essence, and I'm using the Rowse dark and rich baking honey for this one because this is really good in kind of denser cakes. So kind of like more like your gingerbread brownies, carrot cakes, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to use this as the syrupy kind of stickiness in my cake. And then I've got also some candied ginger or some crystallized ginger, which I'm going to chop this up and sprinkle this on the topping. That's about it. It's really, really easy. I've got a tin here. It's like a loaf tin, but you could actually do this in a baking dish. If you have like a pretty pie dish, which is not too big, you could use that. As long as it's oven proof, it'll be fine. Now I've greased my tin already, and all I'm going to do is pop in all the honey. Now I'm using 250 grams of the honey, okay? Because I like a sticky cake. When I say sticky, I mean sticky. So no, I'm going to pour all of this. This is actually handily enough, 250 grams. So I'm going to pour that inside my tin. All in. And it's going right down into the bottom. I'm going to sprinkle over some ground ginger. You only want about half a teaspoon's worth, not much. Now the stem ginger, again, sprinkle. Pop this to one side. We're now going to make the cake batter. I've got 100 grams of unsalted softened butter. And I'm going to beat this together with 100 grams of light brown sugar. We've got some self-raising flour and a couple of eggs. Now don't worry, I will put the full recipe up on my blog as always for you. So just click the link in the description box and it will take you to all the right quantities. I've also got my oven preheating at 180 degrees C, 350 Fahrenheit. Okay, I'm going to beat the butter and sugar together. Beat your eggs in one at a time. Add half a teaspoon of vanilla. Just guesstimating that. Half's fine. Mix that in. Now, last ingredient is just the self-raising flour. I'm just going to sieve it in and then beat everything together. Now spread the cake batter on top of the honey. Spread it down. And it's going to go into the oven, which is preheated at 180 degrees C for about maybe 20 minutes, just until it's cooked. Sponge cake is done. You can see, just make sure you touch the top. It is hot, ow, ow. But as long as it's spongy, then it's done. So once your sponge cake is out of the oven, now I like to have this one hot because it's almost like, you know, like a hot sticky pudding. So you could serve it straight from your container like this, or if you want to, turn it upside down. Now just be careful if you are flipping this out onto a plate that the honey doesn't ooze out the edges. So, successful, please be careful. Give it a bit of a tap. And ooh la la. There we go. It's come out in one piece, hooray. I'm gonna take a slice. So there we have my sticky ginger pudding. I hope you really enjoy this recipe, and I'm gonna have a little taste now. If you haven't hit subscribe, then hit subscribe because I do new recipes for you every single week, as you'll know. What can I say? I'll tell you what, the honey almost tastes like golden syrup or treacle, but with a nicer, I prefer the flavour. And this sponge is really light. Yum! Leave me your comments. Excuse the mouthful. And I'll see you all again next week.